All dogs are faithful. How many dogs are faithful? All dogs are faithful. So here all is the indefinite numeral adjective. This boy is hardworking. Which boy is hardworking? This boy is hardworking. So the demonstrative adjective in the sentence, this boy is hardworking, is this. Most boys like cricket. How many boys like cricket? Most boys. So most is the adjective of number. Hi, hello everyone. Myself B. Shobharani, faculty in English, Vidhyaashram first grade, college, MYSURU. In today's session, I'll be dealing with the second SEM BCom English Unit 4 language component, that is the first language component called the adjective. So what am I going to discuss in this particular session, where I'm going to discuss about a very important language component called the adjective. In today's session, I'll be discussing about the definition of adjectives and the kinds of adjectives with suitable examples, and I've also come out with some exercise where you can also solve the sentences, like you have to identify a particular adjective in the sentence. So in today's session, I'll be discussing about what are adjectives, what do you mean by adjective, and the kinds of adjectives with suitable examples, and the followed by exercise. Let me move on to the definition of the adjective. What is an adjective? Adjective describes nouns or pronouns. A word that takes place of a noun is called as a pronoun. So adjective describes nouns or pronouns. Or you can also define it in another way. It is a word used to describe or point out the person, animal, place or thing, or to tell the number or quantity. So in general, if you want to define what is an adjective, adjective describes nouns or pronouns, or it is a word used to describe or point out the noun, that is the person, animal, place or thing, or to tell the number or quantity. There's one more definition you can put across to define adjective. An adjective may be defined as a word used with a noun to add something to its meaning. That is, adjective means added to. An adjective may be defined as a word used with a noun to add something to its meaning. So it is going to give some meaning when you add a particular adjective. Moving on to the kinds of adjectives. So adjectives may be divided into the following types. That is, adjectives of quality. Adjectives of quality can also be called as descriptive adjectives, adjectives of quantity, adjectives of number, or you can also call it as numeral adjective, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, emphasizing adjectives, and exclamatory adjectives. So here adjectives may be divided into the following types. How many types? 7 types. What are they? Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, adjectives of number, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, emphasizing adjectives, and exclamatory adjectives. Let me move on to explain one by one the kinds of adjectives, where I'm going to start with the first one, that is adjectives of quality or descriptive adjective. Moving on to the adjectives of quality. Adjectives of quality, which you can also call it as descriptive adjective, show the kind or quality of a person or a thing. So it is going to show what? The kind or quality of a person or a thing, hence the name adjectives of quality. They answer the question. So how do you get to know that it is an adjective of quality? So what question are you going to pose? Of what kind? What kind? So I repeat once again. Adjectives of quality or descriptive adjectives show the kind or quality of a person or a thing. They answer the question of what kind. I think you will better understand the adjectives of quality with suitable example. For example, the first one, Nehru was a great leader. You pose a question, what kind of a leader was Nehru? Nehru was a great leader. So great is adjective of quality. The narrator saw a beautiful girl at the station. The narrator saw what type of girl at the station? Beautiful girl at the station. So beautiful is the adjective of quality. Kolkata is a large city. What kind of city is Kolkata? Kolkata is a large city. He is a foolish man. What kind of man he is? He is a foolish man. So foolish is an adjective of quality. Hope you have understood what is this adjective of quality, the first kind of adjective. Let me move on to the second one, that is adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of quantity show the quantity or how much. Quantity, or you can also call it as how much of a thing is meant. They answer the question. So what is the, for example, the first one, adjective of quality of what kind? Here we are mentioning the adjective of quantity. So it will obviously be what? How much. So what question you are going to pose to get to know the type of adjective of quantity? It is how much. So I repeat once again, adjectives of quantity show the quantity or how much of a thing is meant. They answer the question. What is it? How much? I think you will understand adjectives of quantity with a suitable examples. For example, you have no sense. How much sense you have? No sense. So no is an adjective of quantity. She has much patience. How much patience she has? She has much patience. Much means lot of patience. So much is an adjective of quantity. He lost all his wealth. What did he lose? He lost all his wealth. How much wealth did he lose? All his wealth. He lost how much wealth did he? If you pose a question like how much, you get to know the adjective of quantity. She did not eat any rice. How much rice she ate? She did not eat any rice. Any rice. She did not eat any rice. This is the second type of adjective, that is adjective of quantity. Hope you have understood what is adjective of quality and adjective of quantity with suitable examples. Let me move on to the third type of adjective, that is adjectives of number. Adjectives of number, as I said, can also be called as what? Numeral, number. Show how many. Quantity means how much, quality means what kind, and number means how many. So when you pose a question, you will get the answer. That is the adjectives of that particular kind. Here, adjectives of number show the how many persons or things are meant. So they answer the question. So they are going to, so what type of, they answer the question. What type of question you ask? How many? You will get the answer. And that answer what you get when you pose a question, how many, is the adjective of number. For example, most boys like cricket. How many boys like cricket? Most boys. So most is the adjective of number. Then most means many. Many boys like cricket. The hand has 5 fingers. How many fingers? The hand has 5 fingers. So 5, that is the 5 finger is the adjective of number. There are no pictures in this book. So how many pictures are there in the book? No pictures in the book. No means none. So this is the adjective of number. Let me move on to the adjectives of number, or the kinds of adjectives of number or numeral adjectives. So we got to know what are adjectives of number. Again, adjectives of number are broadly classified into definite numeral adjective, then indefinite numeral adjective, distributive numeral adjective, the 3 kinds. So let me move on to the first kind of adjective of number, that is definite numeral adjectives, which denote what? Exact number, hence the name definite. We got to know how many, right? How many means the adjective of number. When you, the answer for the question, how many, you get to know the adjective of number. As I said, again it has been broadly classified. So the first one is what? Definite numeral adjective, which denote the exact number. Exact number. Here again, they have been broadly classified into 2 types. One is called the cardinals, the other one is called the ordinals. So what are cardinals? 1, 2, 3, etc. When you mention the number 1, 2, 3, these are called as cardinals. The same when you say first, second, third, these are called ordinals. I repeat, the adjectives of number is again broadly classified into 3 types. The first type is called definite numeral adjective, which denote the exact number as 1, 2, 3, etc. These are called as what? Cardinals. First, second, third, these are called as ordinals. So you will understand better the adjective, that is the definite numeral adjective, with suitable example. So what example is the right example to explain the definite numeral adjective? For example, there are only 3 boys in the class. So here, how many boys are there in the class? Only 3. But here the number 3 is nothing but cardinal. So the adjective of number here, it is 3, which is a cardinal. Next, Sunday is the first day of the week. So which is the first day of the week? Sunday is the first. First is the adjective of number. So but this is an ordinal. Moving on to the second type of numeral adjective, that is indefinite. Indefinite means what? Do not know the exact number. So adjectives which do not denote the exact number. That which denotes exact number is definite numeral adjective. The one which will not denote exact number is indefinite numeral adjective. For example, like all, no, some, many, several, few, etc. So these are some of the indefinite numeral adjectives. Let me come back to the examples to make you understand the indefinite numeral adjective, that is some girls are short. So here, which girl, how many girls are short? Here only some. So here some is the indefinite number. We do not know how many, like some. Then all dogs are faithful. How many dogs are faithful? All dogs are faithful. So here all is the indefinite numeral adjective. Hope I am clear with the definite numeral adjective as well the indefinite. Definite is exact number, which denote exact number. Indefinite, that which do not denote exact number. Moving on to the third type, that is the distributive numeral adjective, which refer to each one of the numbers, as like every man has his duty. Every is the distributive numeral adjective. Every word of it is false. So every is the distributive numeral adjective. Neither answer is correct. Neither is the distributive numeral adjective. Either dress will do. So either is the distributive numeral adjective. Hope I am clear with the adjectives of number or numeral adjective, which is again broadly classified into indefinite numeral adjective, indefinite numeral adjective, as well the distributive numeral adjective. Let me move on to the fourth type of adjective, that is demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjective, the very word itself will tell you. Demonstrative means what? That which points out which person or thing is meant. They answer what question? Which. So wherever when you pose a question, which, and when you get the answer, that is the demonstrative adjective. I repeat, demonstrative adjectives point out which person or a thing is meant. They answer the question which. For example, this boy is hardworking. Which boy is hardworking? This boy is hardworking. So the demonstrative adjective in the sentence, this boy is hardworking, is this. Moving on to the second sentence example, that girl is stronger than Shilpa. Which girl is stronger than Shilpa? That girl. So here that is the demonstrative adjective in the sentence. So a sentence will be given where you need to identify the type of adjective in the sentence that is given. These fruits are rotten. Which fruits are rotten? These fruits are rotten. So these is the demonstrative adjective. Those criminals must be punished. Which criminals must be punished? Those criminals must be punished. So here those is the demonstrative adjective. I hate such words. Which words do you hate? I hate such words. Which words you hate? I hate such words. So when they answer the question which, and the answer what you get, that is the demonstrative adjective. Let me move on. So totally there are 7 type of adjectives where I have explained up to now. The 4th, that is the demonstrative adjective. Let me move on to the 5th type. 5th type of adjective is interrogative. The very word itself will tell you. Interrogative means question. We pose a question. Interrogative adjectives are words such as what, which, whose, which are used with nouns to ask questions. So what are the interrogative adjectives? Where we use the words like what, when, which, whose. That is the interrogative adjective. So note what is used in general sense and which is used in selective sense. For example, so what you are going to, the answer for the question what is the interrogative adjective. So what kind of a man is he? What kind of a, what as a interrogative adjective. Which bus shall we take? Which. Then whose pencils are these? Whose is the interrogative adjective. Moving on to the 6th type, that is emphasizing. Emphasizing adjectives are words such as own and very, which are used to emphasize. You will understand better with the following sentence or an example. I saw it with my own eyes. Own. Then he is his own master. Own is the emphasizing. Means you are going to, particularly you are going to mention. So he is his own master. I saw it with my own eyes. Mind your own business. Here own is the emphasizing adjectives. That's the very thing I want. That's the very. Very is the emphasizing adjective. Hope I am clear with the 6th type of adjective, that is the emphasizing adjective. All the, particularly when we come across the language components like the adjectives, adverbs, then words often confused, conjunction, all this is very important to frame our sentences, and particularly the grammar part of this syllabus is very important from examination point of view. Let me move on to the 7th type of adjective, that is the exclamatory adjective. Exclamatory adjective is the word what which is used for exclamation. So what, we use what and which. What an idea, what a blessing, what genius he is. So you are going to exclaim, you are going to express. So that is called the exclamatory adjective. What an idea, what a blessing, what a genius he is. So when you get what, then it is an exclamatory adjective. So there are 7 kinds of adjectives as you already explained. What are the 7 type of adjectives you come across? Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity. Adjectives of quality is also called descriptive adjective. Adjectives of number or numeral adjectives, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, emphasizing adjectives, exclamatory adjectives. As you know, adjectives of number is again broadly classified into 3 types. What are they? Definite numeral adjective, indefinite distributive numeral adjective. Till now I have explained what is an adjective, what are the kinds of adjectives. So let me move on to the exercise part of this particular language component called adjective, which is very important from examination point of view for the 2nd sem BCom English students. Identify the adjectives in the following sentence. So you need to identify the adjectives in the following sentence. So maybe I'll solve one or like maybe 5 to 10. The remaining try to solve by yourself so that it will be like a practice exercise for you all. The seagull is an aquatic bird. So in this particular sentence called the seagull is an aquatic bird, you need to identify the adjective. So the seagull is an aquatic bird. So what kind of a bird was it? It is an aquatic bird. So here the adjective is aquatic. The Ajanta caves have magnificent paintings on the walls. What kind of paintings does the Ajanta caves have? Magnificent, as I said, that which describes a noun or a pronoun. So the Ajanta caves have magnificent paintings on the wall. So the answer is magnificent. Magnificent. He wrote an account of his early life. What did he write? He wrote an account of his early life. The king was a great patron of art and architecture. So what kind of a king he was? He was a great patron who had a lot of interest for art and architecture. That is great. Then Amogvarsha was the greatest king of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. So in this particular sentence, you need to identify the adjective that is the greatest. Skydiving is an extreme sport, that is extreme. We ought to begin with the easiest exercises. So what type of exercises you need to ought to begin? Easiest exercise. The pygmies are considered the first inhabitants of Africa. She has been teaching at Oxford University for several years. Lake Baikal is the oldest freshwater lake on the earth. They bought fresh vegetables from the market. Laughter is the best medicine. A bad workman always blames his tools. Veeracharya was a great mathematician who wrote Ganita Saram. She wore stylish shoes. The Times is a daily newspaper. Stylish. She wore what type of shoes? Stylish shoes. The Times is a daily newspaper. What kind of a paper is Times? It's a daily newspaper. My mother cooked a delicious meal for us. What type of meal did your mother cook? Delicious. My grandmother is a very talkative person. What kind of a person is your grandmother? Very talkative. They are in serious trouble for violating rules. They are in a serious trouble for violating rules. The flight is delayed due to rough weather. Identify the adjective. Then 6 people were arrested after the riots. How many people were arrested after the riots? 6 people. So number. Then driving requires your best judgment. So driving requires what judgment? Best judgment. The marble fireplace added to the beauty of the room. The old man is an experienced driver. Jellyfish are marine creatures. What type of creatures are jellyfish? They are marine creatures. The butterfly goes through a fascinating metamorphosis as it grows up. 10 miles is a long distance to walk. The pygmies are the earliest inhabitants of Africa. Common people's concerns are often ignored. Plastics release toxic chemicals into the environment. So I have come out with some examples for you all as an exercise to solve or to identify a particular type of adjective in the following exercises. Hope you all have understood the first very important unit for the first language component called adjectives in the second SEM BCom English syllabus. This is a very, very important language component which is part of your examination. That is, from the language component, you will be given 5 sentences where you need to identify the correct adjective in the following sentence. Thank you.